It's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, the 24th of March, 2022. It's the birthday of an American poet who has never worked at a university, never got government funding, never won a Pulitzer Prize. Lawrence Ferlinghetti, born Yonkers, New York, 1919. Father died 5 months before he was born. Mother was so devastated, she went into a state mental hospital. The boy was sent to live with his aunt in France. He returned to this country, became an Eagle Scout, was inspired by a copy of poems by Baudelaire to become a poet. He was in the Navy during World War II. Afterward moved to San Francisco, opened a bookstore, City Lights. He named it after the Charlie Chaplin movie. And in 1958, through City Lights, he published his own collection of poems, A Coney Island of the Mind, which went through 28 printings, sold 700,000 copies in the United States alone. It's the birthday of the great showman and magician Harry Houdini, born Budapest in 1874. His signature trick was to swallow a whole series of needles and then pull them out of his mouth, threaded together. Later in his career, he did escape tricks. He would leap from a bridge wrapped in chains, locked, and he had to open the locks before he could drown. Houdini said the easiest way to attract a crowd is to let it be known that at a given time and a given place, someone is going to attempt something that in the event of failure will result in sudden death. It was on this day, 1955, Tennessee Williams' play Cat on a Hot Tin Roof opened on Broadway. The story of Big Daddy celebrating his 65th birthday. He's terminally ill with cancer, worried about his son Brick, who was struggling with alcoholism, and Brick's wife Maggie, who was terrified that her husband might be homosexual. And it was on this date, 1989, the oil tanker Exxon Valdez ran aground off the southern coast of Alaska. The captain, Joseph Hazelwood, left the bridge in the command of his third mate, and the tanker struck a reef and spilled more than 250,000 barrels of oil. All told, more than $2 billion was spent on cleanup and recovery, with Exxon paying approximately $1 billion in damages. It's the birthday of Fanny Crosby, the hymn writer, born in Southeast New York, 1820. She was blind. She wrote hymns, thousands of them, including Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior, and To God Be the Glory, and Blessed Assurance, Jesus is Mine. Oh, what a foretaste of glory divine, heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of His Spirit, washed in His blood. Here's a poem for today by Richard Vargas, Why I Feed the Birds. Once I saw my grandmother hold out her hand, cupping a small offering of seed to one of the wild sparrows that frequented the bird bath she filled with fresh water every day. She stood still, maybe stopped breathing, while the sparrow looked at her, then the seed, then back, as if he were judging her character. He jumped into her hand, began to eat. She smiled, a woman holding a small god. A poem by Richard Vargas, Why I Feed the Birds, from his collection Guernica, published by Press 53. That's the Writer's Almanac for Thursday, March the 24th. Be well, do good work, and keep in touch.